Hey guys, CryptoDad here again, and today I'm going to show you how to set up the Ledger Nano X cryptocurrency hardware wallet, and I'm going to show you how to do it using just your phone. So let's get started. I'm here on the Ledger Nano X product page on the ledger.com website. The Ledger Nano X cryptocurrency hardware wallet is the flagship product of the Ledger line. It has the most space for storing cryptocurrency apps, so you can manage multiple cryptocurrency using one hardware device. It also has a big screen that's easy to read, but most importantly for you phone users out there, it has battery power and Bluetooth functionality. I know there's a lot of people that don't have access to computers, and I get a lot of questions about setting up the Ledger Nano X with only your phone. So this is the video for you. I'm going to walk you through every step of the process. So I'm going to be using XMirage. XMirage is a great app for sharing your phone screen on your computer. So that's the software I'll be using today so that you can follow along with me on your phone. All right, so we want to make sure that we download the official Ledger Live app. The best way to do that is to go to ledger.com on your phone. You can just Google Ledger Live and it'll take you over there. Make sure you're on www.ledger.com. Depending on whether you're using an iPhone or an Android-based phone, you'll click the appropriate link here. I'm using an iPhone, so I'll click the Apple link. That'll just take us straight over to the Apple Store where we've got the official Ledger Live app pulled up. We can just download that onto our phone. And then when we're done, we can just get started. We're going to want to allow Bluetooth access so that we can interface with our device. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. And in today's case, we're going to be setting up a Ledger Nano X, and I have it here handy. So we'll say yes. And we're going to set up the Ledger device. We'll hit continue and we'll choose Ledger Nano X. We're going to be setting up a new device, so we'll choose that up there at the top. There's some information here that you can scroll through. Now we'll want to make sure that we have plenty of time to set up our device. We're going to need a pen to write down our recovery phrase. We'll hit continue. They'll give us another warning about being careful. And then we'll just follow these instructions on the screen. All right, so we've got everything set up here. We'll go ahead and open this box. I've got a commemorative edition, but this setup will work for the regular Ledger Nano X as well. We have the device here. We'll get our information packet. There's a cable here that comes with it. This cable is a little bit short. I'm going to be using a longer cable. It uses a standard USB-C connector. If we open up our information packet, you'll see we've got some instructions here. And the most important thing are these recovery sheets. The recovery sheet is where we're going to be writing down our 24-word backup phrase. They give you a few more in case you make a mistake or you want to maintain more than one configuration of your ledger. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to do one configuration and one device. Now, when we initialize the device, it's going to generate a master code, and you and only you know this code. It is specific to this device, and this is where you'll write the backup. Now, the backup is if something happens to your device, you'll be able to get a different device and restore all of your cryptocurrency to that secondary device. The device will generate the code, and you're responsible for backing it up, right? You won't be able to call Ledger to get a new code if you lose your backup phrase. So do this very carefully. So I'm going to go ahead and connect my device with my cable. You'll get to the welcome screen here, just like it shows you on the app. We can use these buttons to navigate back and forth. We'll just hit the button to go through all of the setup instructions. We can go back or forward. And we're going to just keep going until we get to set up as new device. So we'll go ahead and choose set up as new, and we'll hit both buttons. All right, the first thing it'll ask us to do is choose our PIN code. So we can go to the next step of the instructions on the phone. We're going to be setting up our personal PIN code. We'll just toggle that on that we understand. We'll set up the PIN code. So the first thing we'll do is hit both buttons, and then we'll just choose our PIN code by scrolling up and down until we get the number that we want. All right, when we get to the number that we want, we'll hit both buttons and advance over to the next one. Now we can go up and down until we find the next digit that we want. Notice there's a backspace here. If we want to back up one and go back, we can do that as well. Notice that when we've completed the fourth digit that you'll see this check mark. The check mark means that you can end PIN entry at this point by hitting both buttons. So if you just want a 4-digit PIN, you can enter 4 digits and then hit both buttons when you see the check mark. Otherwise, you can continue to enter digits until you are satisfied. Notice that at any point we have this check mark that allows us to finish. So if we want a 6-digit, we can end there as well. I'm going to go ahead and enter all 8. All right, and when we get to the last digit, we'll hit both buttons, and then it wants us to confirm. So we'll just re-enter the same PIN we entered the first time. Like I said, if you make a mistake, you can always backspace back if you need to. All right, now the next stage is writing down our recovery phrase. We can advance in the phone app over to the next step. It's going to explain about the recovery phrase. It's very important to write this down. It's your only backup if something happens to the device. So write down this code on the provided sheet or a piece of paper and store it in a place where no one else will find it. All right, we'll acknowledge this, head over to the next step. We're going to get this recovery sheet here and start to write down our words. If we hit both buttons, it's going to give us a little more information about the recovery sheet. We'll hit both buttons again, and it shows us the first word. So notice that the recovery sheet is numbered. So just make sure that you write each word down in the corresponding slot on the recovery sheet. All right, and you'll just use the buttons to navigate to the next word. We can go forward by hitting the button to the next word. Or we can go back using this button to go back. All right, so we can go backwards or forwards and just go through each word and write it down in the corresponding slot on your recovery sheet. All right, when you get to that last word, you'll just advance past it. And you can also go back and double check your words if you want to. When you're satisfied that you have all your words written down correctly, you'll just hit both buttons. And now it gets to the confirmation. So we can advance to the next step on the phone there. We're going to confirm our recovery phrase. The way this works is when you click both buttons, you're going to be presented with 4 words in the number 1 slot. So all you have to do is look down at your card and choose the word that you wrote down on your card for word number 1. So in my case, I'm looking for the word sibling. So I'll just keep scrolling until I find that word. And there it is. I'll hit both buttons. All right, and then it takes us over to word number 2. So I look at my card, note the word in slot number 2, and find it among this list. In my case, I'm looking for the word hammer. I'll just go scroll over, and there it is. All right, when I find my word, I'll hit both buttons, and then we'll just continue on there. So word number 3, I look down at my card. I look at the word that I wrote down in the number 3 slot. In my case, I'm looking for the word rigid, and it showed up first. So I'll just go ahead and click both buttons. We'll just continue on until we have confirmed all 24 words. All right, and when you get to that last word, you'll hit both buttons. And then we can advance to the next part of the phone app. And it gives us some guidance on how to store this phrase properly. This sheet that you have down here that has all of your words written on it is your only backup. So if you lose your device, you will need these words to restore a replacement device. So make sure that you put these words in a safe place. All right, we'll go ahead and click we're done. And then they're going to give us a short quiz. The crypto is always stored on the blockchain. This device is merely a keychain to unlock your wallets. So your crypto will always be stored on the blockchain. All right. The next question is, when you connect your Nano, your private key is still offline. Right? The private key never leaves the device. It's a long random number that gets stored on your device, and it is only used cryptographically to sign transactions, right? It is never broadcast across your Bluetooth connection. So it is always safe and secure on the device and considered offline. So we'll hit still offline. All right. Now, if for some reason you lose this recovery phrase, or it gets revealed, someone finds it or steals it, then the best thing to do is to move your crypto into a different wallet, right? So if you have your device, it's working fine, but somehow you can't find your recovery phrase, best practice is to move your crypto to a different wallet and start over again, right? Make sure you always have a secure backup phrase and that you know where it is. So we'll choose my crypto is no longer safe. I need to transfer it. So after that, we'll finish the quiz, and then we're ready to go. Our next step. All right, so let's go ahead and go over here to press both buttons. And it says the device is ready. We'll choose next step on the phone app. And now we want to pair up the device. All right, we can advance over here to the next screen where it says go to dashboard. We'll click both buttons. And then it takes us to the dashboard or the home screen of the device. Now, before we go in too much further, one thing that I like to do is disable the screen lock. The device will automatically lock screen after 10 minutes, and you'll be forced to re-enter the PIN each time. I find that a little tedious, so I'm going to disable that. We'll hold down both buttons for a couple of seconds. Takes us over here to the settings. I'll hit both buttons. I'll go into security, hit both buttons again, and then I'm just going to go down here to PIN lock. I'll hit both buttons, and then I'm going to disable that. And then I'll also go down here to the screensaver, and I'll go down to no screensaver. I just like this a little bit better. The device will stay on when I'm using it, and I don't need to keep waking it up by re-entering the PIN. The only thing you have to remember is to keep the device secure while you're using it and to make sure that you unplug it when you're done. All right, so no one else can access the device. Now we're going to go ahead and do the pairing. We'll choose Let's Pair, and then we'll choose Pair with Bluetooth. It detected the device, so we'll just tap on the device. And it's going to show us a pairing code on the device. We'll choose Pair on our phone, and then we'll confirm the pairing on the device by hitting both buttons here. Once we've done that, we've successfully paired our device. Then it's going to do an authentication check. We'll need to allow Ledger Manager for this. So we'll hit both buttons here, and it's going to do the device authentication. All right, we've successfully paired, and we're ready to go. Now, the way this device works is it's the keychain for all of the wallets. It works in connection with your app. In order for you to manage any particular cryptocurrency, you'll need the corresponding app on the device, and you'll need the account in your phone app. So we'll start by adding an account on the phone app. We'll choose with our ledger, And I'll start with Bitcoin. Now it's going to check the device, and if the device doesn't have the Bitcoin app, it will install it for us automatically. So we'll go ahead and let the app do the work for us. All right, and it installed the Bitcoin app and it wants me to open it. So I'll go ahead and hit both buttons to open the Bitcoin app, and it's going to initialize my Bitcoin wallet for me. As I mentioned, the device and the app work in coordination with each other, right? The app has access to the device, and the device can communicate with the app. Notice here that you have a choice of more than one type of Bitcoin account. I'm going to stick with native SegWit. If you want to know more about the different types of Bitcoin wallet address formats, they have a little information section here, but I'm just going to go ahead and go with the default, which is native SegWit. We'll hit continue, and we've successfully set up a Bitcoin wallet. We'll choose CR Asset, and there you can see on my phone that I can manage the wallet from the phone. So I can see my balance and I can see a transaction history. Nothing in there yet, but that will happen later when we add some crypto. Notice that really the only thing the device does is secure the wallets. The device holds the private keys offline so that when you need access to the wallet, the device can give you access. And I'll show you how that works a little later. We're going to authorize transactions by using these buttons. But let's go ahead and get some more crypto apps installed so that we can manage more than one crypto. We'll just hit the back button there and we'll choose Add Account. We'll choose with our ledger, and this time I'll do Ethereum. Notice it takes us out of the Bitcoin app and checks to see if we have the Ethereum app. If we don't have the Ethereum app, it's going to install it for us automatically. All right, and wants us to open the Ethereum app so that it can initialize the wallet for us. All right, and there's my Ethereum account. I'll go ahead and hit continue here. And I can go to the wallet if I want to by choosing See Your Asset. And you can see I have an empty balance in my Ethereum wallet. I can hit this back arrow and see on the main page that I'm managing both a Bitcoin account and an Ethereum account. All right, let's add a few additional assets. I'll choose Add Account with Ledger. I'll choose XRP. All right, I'll go ahead and open the XRP app by clicking both buttons, and it's going to initialize an account for me on my device. All right, there it is. I can go ahead and hit continue here, and now I have an account to manage my XRP. All right, we can go back here. Let's go ahead and add one more cryptocurrency. I'll choose Cosmos. And once the app is installed, it asks me to go ahead and open it. So I'll hit both buttons to open it. And it's going to initialize a Cosmos wallet for me. All right, it's synchronizing with my device. And now I'll just hit continue. And I can go to see my asset, and I can see I have an empty Atom wallet. I can use the back arrow up here on the top left, and now you can see I have 4 different cryptocurrency accounts. Each of these accounts has a corresponding app on the device for managing the private key. There are a lot of options. As you saw, there are a lot of different cryptocurrencies that I can manage using the Ledger Nano app and device, and also I could have more than one of each type of account. So I could have several Bitcoin accounts that I can manage. If I needed multiple Bitcoin wallets, I could have multiple Cosmos wallets, multiple Ethereum wallets. So you can The device is very flexible. Keep in mind, though, in Ledger Live, you have to put a little bit of cryptocurrency in an account before it will allow you to add a second account. Right? Just keep that in mind if you're wanting to manage multiple wallets of one type. All right, so we've got our device set up, backed up, paired up, and ready to go. I've added some accounts. Now I'll show you how to manage cryptocurrency by making deposits and withdrawals into the wallet. We'll start off with Bitcoin. Now, notice if we go into the empty Bitcoin wallet, there is a buy button that we can use from right within Ledger Live. If we do that, we can choose the type of crypto that we want to buy, right? And indicate the wallet that you want the crypto to go into. Hit continue, and you have these choices for different third-party services that you can use to purchase cryptocurrency directly from within the app. It's kind of a no-brainer, so that when you make purchases using these services, it goes right into the wallet. But you do have to go through the setup of each of these services, right? And some of them will require KYC, know your customer information. So you'll have to present your ID and go through that whole process of getting set up to use these services. Most of these are European-based because Ledger is a French company. I already have some cryptocurrency accounts that I've set up that I'm comfortable with using. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do that. You're welcome to set up these services if you want to, but I'm just going to demo how to use my Coinbase and my Binance US account to deposit and withdraw crypto. All right, so if I want to make a deposit of Bitcoin, I can use the receive button, and it gives me the Bitcoin address. Now, it'll also ask if I want to verify the address. This is always a good idea to make sure that the device and the account match. Now, of course, we just set these up, so I'm sure they match, but it's always best practice to verify the device and the account are a match, right? So you're not accidentally depositing crypto into an account that's not matched up to a device you have, right? I can see the address on my device and on the phone app. All right, so I'll just go over there and click approve. All right, and there's the address. It's been verified. I can copy this address into my clipboard and then go over to a cryptocurrency app on my phone to make a purchase. I'll go over to the Coinbase app and I'll buy a little Bitcoin on Coinbase. Right, I'll just do $50. Up here at the top, I can choose if I have different bank accounts set up. I'll go ahead and stick with the Chase account. I am going to get a little merchant fee, but those other services that are in Ledger Live also have fees. So you choose the account that has the fee structure that you're comfortable with. I personally am comfortable with using Coinbase. I feel like my crypto is safe there, and I feel comfortable connecting my bank account to Coinbase. So you have to choose the service that you think is best for you. All right, I'll go ahead and choose Buy Now. All right, then I just made a purchase of Bitcoin on Coinbase. There we go. You can go over here to Assets, and it shows that I have some Bitcoin in my Coinbase account. Now, if you recall, we generated an address over here in our Ledger wallet. We'll just copy that into our clipboard, scroll back over to Coinbase, and in this case, I'm going to withdraw the Bitcoin from my Coinbase account. So I just need to scroll down here to the Bitcoin wallet, tap on that. And then there's a little icon up in the top right that looks like a paper airplane. That is the send feature. I'll go ahead and send all of the Bitcoin that I just bought. Okay, Coinbase recognizes that I have an address in my clipboard, so I'll go ahead and allow that. And I'll just tap paste from clipboard. That's the address that I had in my clipboard from the Ledger Live app. I'll hit preview here. All right, I can see the address I'm about to send to. I can flip back over here and just double check the address that I see in my wallet. Ends in 7K6Q. And just confirm over here that I'm sending it to the right place. Right? Always double check everything you're doing with crypto. And I can also see the address on my device, so that's even a better confirmation. We'll choose Send Now. And I need my two-factor. I can get that from my Google Authenticator. Tap that in my clipboard and then just paste over here. All right, we'll go back over here to the wallet. And you can see that the Bitcoin has arrived in my wallet now. So I successfully made a transfer from my Coinbase account. I bought a little Bitcoin and then I moved it into my Ledger wallet. Now remember, I'm not storing Bitcoin in this device. It is stored on the blockchain on an address of the Bitcoin blockchain. And I can manage that blockchain address using my wallet from my phone. And then the device holds the keys of the wallet so that I am the only person that has access to this wallet. And then you might be wondering, okay, great, I'm storing Bitcoin in my wallet. What if the price goes up or down or whatever, and I need access to it, and I want to cash out or something of that nature? Well, you can simply send it back to your exchange and trade it. So that's the functionality of a wallet. You can put Bitcoin in it, and you can take Bitcoin out. So if we want to move our Bitcoin back to our Coinbase account, we'll just slide over here to Coinbase. What we want to do on Coinbase is receive some Bitcoin. So you can't see receive at the top, but if you hit this more, you will see it down here on the bottom. I'll tap receive. And I don't want to receive US dollar coin. I want to receive Bitcoin. So I'll just tap that. And then I'll choose the asset that I want to receive. I want to receive Bitcoin. I'll copy that address into my clipboard. And now I can go back over to my Ledger Live wallet where I have my Bitcoin. I'll choose send. And then I'll just tap this little icon over on the side to paste in that Bitcoin address. I'll go ahead and allow the paste. There's that Bitcoin address. I put it into my wallet. Now I'll hit continue. And then down here at the bottom, I have use max. So I can just go ahead and send all of the Bitcoin. I also have the field up there if I wanted to send less than the total amount. We'll go ahead and do the max. It's pretty small. We'll hit continue here. Gives us a breakdown. We are going to be paying Bitcoin fees on the Bitcoin network. There are fees associated with moving Bitcoin from one place to another. That's how the network works. It's peer-to-peer. So in order to utilize the Bitcoin network, I do need to pay a fee. I can choose to pay a lower or higher fee. A lower fee would be a slower transfer time. A higher fee would be a faster transfer time. I'll just stick with the medium fee. It's not that much. We'll hit continue here. All right, I already have the Bitcoin app open on my device. So notice here, this is where the device security comes in, right? The Ledger Live phone app has connected to my device and asked it to authorize the transaction, right? So I'll review the transaction on my device. There's the amount. There's the address I'm sending to. And then I can approve that by hitting both buttons. I also need to confirm the Bitcoin fees on the Bitcoin network. There's my fees. I'll go ahead and choose accept and send. And off the Bitcoin goes. And there we go. Transaction sent. I can view the details of the transaction. Notice that my network fee was only about 6 cents. Not too bad. I'll just close this out. And then if I pull this down and let it scroll, you'll see the Bitcoin wallet goes to 0 because the Bitcoin has gone out. If we scroll down a little more here, we can see the transaction history down at the bottom so that you can monitor the wallet, all of the incoming and outgoing transactions. There you go. I have an email alert from Coinbase letting me know that they've just received some Bitcoin that I sent from my wallet. I can go over to the Coinbase app. Notice that it's not showing up in the amount yet. It does take it a few minutes for Bitcoin to confirm on the Bitcoin blockchain. If I can scroll down here to Bitcoin, and then I can check my Bitcoin wallet by tapping here. And scroll down just a tad here, and you can see that I have a pending deposit, right? So once you see that it's a pending deposit, you know that you did it correctly and that it has gone into your account. So it just takes it a little while for it to be fully confirmed so that it's spendable and that it shows up in your available balance, right? So we successfully transferred Bitcoin from our wallet back to an exchange. We could have sent that Bitcoin anywhere. We could have sent it to a different exchange. We could have sent it to one of our other wallets. We could have sent it to a friend that had a Bitcoin wallet. That's the beauty of Bitcoin, is that it can be moved across the room or across the world with equal ease. I just did a short example of buying it on an exchange, putting it in my wallet, and then sending it back out to the exchange. And we can do the same thing with all of the assets that we have in our ledger-based wallet. So for example, if I would like to put a little Cosmos in this wallet, I can do the same thing. I can go over to an exchange, make a purchase, and transfer it into my wallet. I'll do another exchange just so you can see. As I mentioned, there are services built into Ledger Live that you can use to buy directly from within Ledger Live. I'm not really comfortable with any of those particular services. They all have KYC and fee structures, right? So I have some cryptocurrency exchanges that I'm already comfortable with. Binance US is one of them. Okay, I can make a trade on Binance US for some Atom. I do have some Tether in my Binance US wallet that I can use to make this trade. I'll choose buy. I'll just buy a small amount of Atom as an example here. If we go back over to the wallet, you can see that my purchase was successful. So if I want to withdraw this Atom from my Binance US account and put it in my Ledger-based wallet, I'll just go over to my Ledger Live app. I'll go to the Cosmos account and I'll do a receive. I can verify this or just reveal without verifying. I've got the device here, so I'll go ahead and do the verification step. Notice it takes me out of Bitcoin and asks me to open the Cosmos app. I'll go ahead and hit both buttons to do that. All right, it wants me to verify the address. I can scroll over and just eyeball it, make sure that the address on my phone matches the address on my device. All right, and then I'll click approve. And so now the app is showing the address. I'll just hit copy. We'll go back over to Binance US and I'll tap on my Cosmos and I'll do a withdraw. And then I'll just paste in that address that I got from my Ledger-based wallet. I don't need the memo field in this case. And I can confirm that I don't need the memo because I'm putting this Atom in my own wallet. And I'll go ahead and just send it all. All right, I'll need my two-factor from my Google Authenticator. I'll just tap that, scroll back over here, and then I'll go ahead and paste in my Google Authenticator code. All right, they're going to send me an email to confirm this. There's my confirmation email. I just need to confirm that withdrawal. And my withdrawal was confirmed. You can see there that I have a pending Atom withdrawal from Binance US. I can go back over to the Ledger wallet, and I'll just wait for the Atom to come into my wallet. All right, you can see that the Atom has entered my wallet. Once again, I just want to stress that this wallet is just a window to the Cosmos blockchain. The cryptocurrency is not being stored on my phone or in my device. The phone app is simply a window to a blockchain address, and the device is simply the keychain for the private keys that give me access to the wallet. So the blockchain is transparent. Anyone can go on the Cosmos blockchain and look at my balance if they know the address of my wallet. But they cannot move any of the crypto in that address without the private key. And I control the private key. It is stored offline in my device, and it is used only when I wish to send crypto out of the wallet. So I showed you how to purchase some Atom and put it in the wallet. And now I'll show you how to go in the opposite direction and put it back on the exchange. As I mentioned before, you could send this Atom anywhere, right? It's a blockchain-based asset. You can send it across the room or across the world with equal ease. You can send it to another one of your own wallets. You can send it to your friend's wallet. You can send it to the wallet that one of your kids has. You can send it to a different exchange, right? There's no reason why I need to send this back to the Binance US exchange because I purchased it there. In fact, why don't we send this Atom to a different exchange? We'll go ahead and send it to our Coinbase account. So we'll go back over here to Coinbase. We'll tell them that we want to receive some crypto. Right, and I'm not going to use US dollar. I'm going to pull down and choose the crypto that I want to receive or send into my account. I'll choose Cosmos in this case. Notice that when I'm sending Cosmos Atom from a wallet to an exchange, I will need that memo. The memo is very important when you're making a deposit to an exchange. So the first thing I'll do is I'll copy the address into my clipboard. I'll go over to my Ledger app. I'll choose Cosmos and I'll do send. All right, I'll paste in that address. I'll hit continue. All right, I'll go ahead and send the max. I'll hit continue again. Now here is where I'll paste in that memo field. So let's scroll back over to the Coinbase app. Let's copy the memo into our clipboard. Go back over to our Ledger-based wallet, and we'll paste in the memo field. All right, so now I have it complete. I have the address of my Cosmos account on Coinbase, and I also have the memo field. The memo field is important when we're making deposits to exchanges. We'll click continue here. Now the security of the device comes into play again. There's the outgoing transaction. The memo field, I'll click approve, and off it goes. All right, once again, we can view the details. Notice my network fee on the Cosmos network was only 8 cents. We can close this out, do a little scroll, see that the wallet has now been emptied. And then we can go over to our Coinbase account and keep an eye for that incoming Cosmos. All right, notice that the Cosmos came into my Coinbase account pretty quick. And so now I've done that. So I bought some Cosmos Atom on Binance US. After my purchase, I made a deposit into my own wallet, my ledger-based wallet, so that it was stored safely and securely. And then I made the choice to withdraw it and send it to a different place, right? That is the beauty of self-custody. You can hold it safely and securely, but you also have the option of sending it out whenever you need to. As long as you have access to your device, you can authorize outgoing transactions. So I showed you everything about getting this device set up and backed up and paired up to your phone so that you can manage your cryptocurrencies. Showed you how to do some purchases, deposits, and some transfers. If you have any questions about anything I did, please throw them up in the comments and I'll do my best to get them answered. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate it. When you subscribe, there's a little bell that you can click that will allow you to be alerted whenever I post new content. Once again, thanks for joining me and hope to see you again soon.